So Justin is part of a men's group that's been meeting since the beginning of the year. Just curious, Justin, like what is everybody seeking as part of this group, and sort of what are some of the experiences that you've had?
Yeah, so this group is the name of the group is called it's called Fearless. Um, and I think just the name of it is just crazy in itself. Um, but this this current, I guess, program that we're in, um, what is everybody seeking in it? Um, I think at
Fearlessness.
the say it again.
Fearlessness.
Fearlessness. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And what does that really even mean? Um, I think what everybody's seeking at the end of the day is just a louder experience of life. And how can we really how can we really step into that, you know? And the word fearlessness, it's very interesting how the main guy in this has talked about it. His name's Brian. He's just, to me, he's like a mini subgroup. Uh, he's climbed his own mountain, and it's just really solid. But he talks about fearlessness as not the absence of fear, but it's more about your relationship to fear. Not looking at fear as like a bad thing or like a negative thing or like something that you have to avoid, but almost seeing fear as like an opportunity to really step into something and feel more life, to embrace it. See it as an opportunity to embrace a very intense, a very like you feel it emotion, something that's just so like real, and to allow yourself to feel it. Um, and even in this, they talk about there's there's different levels to like the different things that we do and the kind of and how much we like the intensity of what we feel. So for like example, like maybe if I'm walking down the street and I'm saying hi to somebody, um, maybe I'll feel nervous saying hi, but it won't be that intense. But if you ask me to just start giving a speech, just go on the street, just start giving us, just to talk about something, I would be a lot more nervous about that. And so here, another thing that's just so key is that I know I've like missed out on this concept, and I see a lot of people missing out on it, is just about taking one small step at a time, instead of trying to just, take on the entire thing in one shot, which is just, it's just too much. Like even sometimes like your body is just not even used to, feeling that much. Um, but yeah, I would say the foundation of this is the guys in this group want to be feeling a louder experience of life. And so how can we do that?
What's an example of a maybe a fear that you've developed a new relationship with?
Um, I think well, so for me, my whole thing with this group started with wanting to meet more women, and not just not wanting to meet more women, but wanting to I think meet more women that I was just like that I'm attracted to, and going for that, as opposed to like before, honestly, I would only meet women either through like a friend of a friend, or if I was just like really like intoxicated, then it's like, okay, now I'll go and say something. And so there was a period of time um, where there was a lot of work being done, just going out and cold approaching um, women and meeting them, saying hi, saying what I'm really feeling. Um, and even now, I'll tell you, every time before I before I meet you know, a girl that I like, or I'm feeling some kind of way about. Like I feel nervous, right? It's not like I'm numb to it or anything. I feel nervous, but before I would be like, I don't want to feel nervous. Like feeling nervous, and me being nervous is not a good thing. And let me just let me just be confident. You know, some sort of just like front uh, something just not real like that. But now it's almost like I want to feel the embarrassment. I want to feel embarrassed when I meet her, and I want to be flushed with that embarrassment. And I know it's gonna feel like, you know, uncomfortable initially, but I don't know. Like I like that feeling. I like feeling something, and I know that when someone sees me, when she sees me feeling that, and I'm able to feel that and handle that, she's gonna like that, and she's gonna appreciate that. That I'm not running away from whatever the emotion is.
What's the process like of kind of transmuting that fear when it comes up? Like, how do you go about turning it into something that, or like just making it something that you can accept? Because it almost sounds like it's like the fear turns into like this kind of like happy, kind of like giddy, like
Like
embarrassed excitement.
excitement, joy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like I know about myself since I've done this kind of shit so many times. Even like the other day, like I was out with some friends, and there was like a karaoke thing going on, right? And I I like, you know, going up and doing like a rap or something, and which I need to elevate that to, or I need to step it up to singing, because I've gotten comfortable rapping, so it's like a safe place. And I want to, you know, I want to also feel more. But like for the karaoke thing, um, again, like I feel nervous. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do it, you know. And I know that if I sit with it and I start dwelling on it, and I don't like take a step forward, the whole thing just starts getting more like insurmountable, you know. So I just do this like I'll do this like this countdown, like just 3, 2, 1, we're fucking going, right? We're gonna start making this thing move. And so like, you know, I was just doing my thing, and I even I even told like my friends that I was running, I was like, I really want to, here I am just talking about it. I was like, I really want to do something. You know, they're like, you should just do it. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do it. And then I was just like, all right, we're going. So what's one thing I can do? Okay, I'll put my name down. You know, so I put my name down as like on the thing. So now there's no running back. You know, now we're going forward, and even in that, you know, there's like a buildup, like of like anticipation. Like I know it's coming. I know it's coming. Fuck, you know. And I think at some point I just accept like this is just, you know, it's what it is, and just do my best to embrace it.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I'm so with you on like the little step. That's such a good idea that you've just kind of taken a little bit in that direction. If you as a side note, if you teach me to rap, I'll teach you to sing.
Okay, deal.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Cool.
Nice. How do you what's it?
Yeah.
Oh, you go, JD.
No, but you're confident you can handle the intensity of any feeling in this moment.
I think that I just yes, I've done this thing so much that I know I'm not gonna die. I know that's not gonna happen. Like, I mean, I've had all sorts of like you know, things blow up in my face, and in all sorts of different situations. And that's good, so that I know that you know, if I step into something with integrity and all that, that no matter what it is, I know at least I'm not gonna die, and that I can live through it. And so, yeah, so I know that.
So funny how fear can turn into like a kind of a fun thing. Like even hearing you talk about doing like karaoke on stage, like my palms are sweating right now, like thinking about having to do it.
Yeah. Heavy.
Yeah, right. Like thinking about yeah. I'll leave out the vomit. The like trying to like thinking about writing my name down on a list. It was when you said that I was like, oh, full sweats. Like that's terrible. But I kind of love it though. Like it's that like, yeah, like you say, like getting kind of turning it into excitement. makes it easier. Have you seen like the other people in your group? Obviously, don't feel like you need to share things if it's a very much an anonymous group, but like, has everybody had that kind of experience? Does it seem like it's like you're all kind of on the same track, like elevating each other?
Yeah, I was literally just about to say, I think it's just, there's something to be said um, about having like a tribe or like just like a support system, because it's I get very, very inspired and just humbled by people who are able to really step into things on their own and just have just an enormous like level of like internal resolve. But like those kind of people, in my opinion and in my experience, are just, it's just foreign people that I've run across that are just like soloing this thing out, you know. And so like even for me, the very first time that I did karaoke was in Thailand, right? It was in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and I was just having the time of my life. This is, you know, this was not too long actually after I met Justin, um, and I was just having such a good time, and you know, at this spot, and they're doing karaoke, and I was like, I want to do it. Like I know I want to do it. I'm just feeling so nervous, and I was just telling, you know, like whoever I knew, they're like, I want to do this thing, you know, but I'm just so nervous, and everybody was just so supportive about it. They're like, you should really do it. And like somebody brought me one of the um like the girl that was singing before me, she like brought me to like the bathroom there. She's like, I want you to look at this quote that was somebody like wrote on the bathroom like wall. And I forget what the quote was, but something about like, it's one of those things like only you can be you, or like, you know, you can't be anybody else, you can only be you, and like you are beautiful, or something like that. And yeah, it just had that support. And then I, you know, went on and sang, and actually I sang that time. I sang now you're just somebody that I used to
That's
know.
a
And it was
tune,
just,
man. That's such a good
yeah,
song.
yeah, yeah. And it was awesome because everybody who was in the crowd who knew the song was like, you know, participating, and you know, felt like they had my back to some, you know, some degree. But yeah, so in this group, that I think is the crux of why all the guys have joined the group. So we have this group support, so that there's some strength there, and you have that support, which is um, it's like with anything, right? It's like if you want to think, learn anything or build anything, it's just, you can grow the quickest with support. And I think there'll come a time where you're much more self-sustainable. But until you get there, I think a very intelligent way to do things is in a group with support, with nourishment. Um, I think that'll just, you know, grow you the quickest.
Mm. Do you feel like there's anything that you are still kind of waiting to overcome fear-wise? Do you have any specific fears that you're still kind of,
Oh, for
that you hope that
sure.
by the end of the year you might have
For
conquered?
sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's still like a looming thing, you know, on just, you know, worrying about what people think. If I start putting, you know, creative stuff out, is it? I always think, is it going to be good enough? Is this just something lame? Um, yeah, there's definitely none of these fears are that have any legitimacy to it. Like when I actually like, you know, put something out, or whenever I confront it, or embrace it, like I find that there's no, you know, truth to whatever I'm thinking. Um, but yeah, I think I definitely have tons of, you know, fears around things, and I think that's all right. I think that's all. It's almost like if you ask me if I have to live with all these fears that I have, is that all right, or, you know, should I just end it now and you know, quit? And so I think it's all right, and I think who knows, maybe I don't know how life would feel, you know, not having fear and all that, but I think that there's just I think that there's a beauty into to embracing fear and allowing yourself to feel that and to feel some more life.
Nice.